Well, you guys, I just saw something that I have not seen in a very long time. I saw somebody on the side of the road holding up a "Will work for food" sign. And he looked like he was older. Looked like he was 60s, maybe 70. That's crazy. I don't know if the police have just cracked down on him, because I don't recall seeing anybody, do that in a long time. You never see anybody outside the stores or even on the side of the road. Yeah, it's kind of weird that we don't see them, because we used to. But is it a sign of the times, for older people? I know my generation and older, we're the last of the generation that had pensions and savings and all that, because they're saying that the generation below me, the younger ones, very few of them have jobs with pensions, and the vast majority aren't able to save. So I wonder what's going to happen when they all hit, their 60s, and they're relying on just Social Security, no savings, not able to buy a house, no pension. Things are going to get crazy. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear.
So this morning I'm listening to Jack Morgan, and he's got this chick on his show, and she's, I can't tell how old she is, 30s maybe, and she claims to have 6 kids, and she's like, why would I get a real job when I get, I think she said, $4,300 a month in food stamps, $2,200 in cash aid, and $950 disability checks each month. Even Jack was like, wait, what? How? This doesn't make sense. So he looked it up, and she had to be lying, because the government just doesn't hand out that kind of money. I mean, for all the stuff that they do, that's one thing they don't do, is just hand out boatloads of money to, young moms with 6 kids. I mean, everybody'd be home. If they were handing out that kind of money, yeah, I'd have taken it. I mean, come on, that's insane. But I just couldn't believe she's on there acting like, she makes that kind of money. Somebody's going to call her out, or she's going to get in trouble, or she had to be just flat out lying. How can you get 7 disability checks? Is she getting them for each one of her kids and herself? They scrutinize everything. I know. Yeah, my daughter, works for that, and she's like, no, it is not that easy, because you hear people say that all the time. Oh, yeah, they're just, all these people are living off welfare. There was a time, years ago, where it was a lot easier, but they have made it way tougher. And she said now it's tough for people that actually need it to even get it, because she gets a lot of people that she really wishes she could help, but she just can't, and they'll be just like $10 over the amount that they need to make to qualify for any kind of help. She sees a lot of elderly people come in that are relying solely on Social Security checks, and they'll get like minimal checks. They come in asking for some kind of help, and she said, we can't even help them. She said it's heartbreaking. So then when you hear stories from this lady acting like she's getting $10,000 a month, it's like, yeah, that's not happening. But then people hear her story, they believe it, and then they go around, saying that, because they think it's true. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, if they were handing out that kind of money, I think we'd all be in line. Come on. It's not like, we'd rather just slave away for, minimal amount of money. I'd love to be able to, like I said, retire. But if I was to retire right now and just draw my Social Security, it would be useless, make my car payment and give me some gas, no, that's not happening. I have to hold out as long as I can, because I need the biggest check I can get, the most amount, and which would be 70, but even 67, like I was saying, would be doable if I can hold out to 67. But if I was to draw it now, yeah, that'd be foolish. But a lot of people say, well, you can work and make a certain amount of money each month, which I know that's true. But then still, when this time is done and I'm done working, these 2 years, which is the plan, then when I, want to retire, well, it's not for 4 more years, I would still get that little bitty monthly check. But I don't want to keep working forever to have to supplement that. So I'm waiting till I get the most amount, each month, so that I don't have to work to supplement it anymore. I'm hoping that at that point I can actually retire and not work, but it all depends on the economy, what happens. I didn't plan on being here now. I thought we were in good shape, but you guys that have been here for a while know the story. Life happened and drained our bank account, so now we're replenishing it, and hopefully I'll be able to do that by working these next 2 years. My husband's still working. I do have a husband. People keep saying, what about, why are you single and all that stuff. I mention him in almost every video, so apparently people aren't watching my videos more than the first couple minutes, because I have a husband. Yeah, and he does work, and he's the reason that we're doing as well as we are, because I couldn't be doing this well on my own. I'm just working to pay off. I have a car payment and a credit card. I had to have some dental work done. Believe it or not, I know you're looking at my teeth going, you had work done? Yeah, I did. They were much worse. And so, yeah, I'm paying these things down or off, and I can do that in 2 years. And then, put money back into our savings account and have money, to actually live, do things, to have fun. I talk about that a lot. I know it's not important to everybody, but it is important to me. I want to go places and see things and do things, and unfortunately a lot of it costs money. Yeah, there's free things, and I do free things too, but I want to do things that are going to cost me money. I'm looking forward to it, so I'm willing to work for it. But yeah, if I thought I could just hold up a sign and say, we'll work for ching ching or whatever, yeah, I don't think I could, like I said. But you never know what you could do until you're hungry enough. Never say never. Although my mom, she was like the queen of pride. What is it they say? Pride cometh before a fall. And yet she always talked about, having pride. She was something. It's beautiful out, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. I love just sitting here because, I'm facing the mountains, and it's just so pretty. Let's see if I can turn the camera up so you guys can see what and it's 90 degrees. People watch. I like to people watch. Do you people watch? You just never know what you're going to see. I see all kinds of stuff. I love it. I have two spots that I park in. This one and then the other one by the ticky-tacky little houses on the hill. I think we're going to go up there because we've been here for 21 minutes now and nothing. Yeah, let's go up there. Okay, guys, well, after getting all excited about working mornings, I worked a couple hours this morning, and then I came home, took the afternoon off, went back out this evening, and worked a total of 5 hours. So, yeah. And I think altogether I've got like $80. So, you know, what's that figure out to? Minimum wage. But, you know, it's better than nothing. And like I said, my goal is 200 for the week. So if I can make that in less than 4 days, that's cool with me. I'm fine. And I've also got, you know, my Prop 22 check coming, and YouTube, they pay out on the 21st. I get the check from that, and then I should be getting my Prop 22 money, I think tomorrow or the next day. I get that check, and then I get paid from Uber every day, so that's kind of nice. So all in all, it's going okay, you know. I'm not complaining, and hey, I'm making money. So I am going to make some tea, go upstairs, watch some YouTube, and I am actually tired, and it's not even 10 o'clock, so I could go out again tomorrow. But actually, my sister-in-law said Saturday mornings were the best. Like, I think she said Friday and Saturday mornings. I'll have to call her and find out. But I don't think I'll go out again on Wednesdays. It wasn't that great. I think evenings are better, but hopefully Saturday mornings are better. We'll find out. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.